afternoon, everyone, and happy Friday. It's lunchtime, and I got some more Genshin, and we're going to be doing the story for the event today, because we're back in Fontaine, and I'm excited. Somebody had posted a couple of the cutscenes on YouTube, and I was like, okay, I see the thumbnail. It's the scene at the Nouvellette and Risley in Nouvellette's office. So I watched that, and it had just made me smile from ear to ear because my favorite character is back. So I want to go ahead and do that on my main at least. So we're just going to quickly do some daily stuff on the second account. So we're going to be doing our artifact route.
Is an excellent publication. They have many.
Why do you always start yapping the second I move? Yeah, I can't condense. So let's go check to see if this is up. I don't think it is. I think it's gonna take another like 10 minutes or so for this to respawn. But we'll just make sure. Yeah, I see no shinies. So we're gonna go try to fight a Electro boss. So I guess the question is who can use the materials. So the best bet would be the cube or the Regispine. Or the seahorse. The seahorse drops Electro, right? I mean, it's an Electro horse. I would hope so. But we're gonna double check. Because I don't think it drops Hydro. I think that was a problem that I ran into in leveling Nouvellette. You know what? We'll do that. Because she doesn't need Electro. Yes, I'm using an ad blocker for shit like that. Stupid computer. Alright, let's actually go, we can go fight the seahorse. That works. This way we can start gathering stuff for, like, Chev. It's not immune to Electro, right? I don't think it is. Okay, that says I do. Whoa, what is with my sound? You guys hear that? Alright, I'm gonna reconnect. Hang on. The PlayStation itself sounded fine a second ago. So let me just redo this. You guys can watch me redo it just because I need you to. Let's log all the way out. And I'm gonna re-sign in. Willie, is that you? Mayday, mayday, I'm losing transmission. I said French fries. So I was wrong at what time the special program was. When I had Googled it earlier, going, oh yeah, that's this week. I saw it say 7 p.m., not 7 a.m. So I watched it this morning on the VOD, I put in your codes on too, so you have your jade waiting for you. I need to farm the hell out of jades because Hyacine is first patch for the first half of the patch, and so is the rerun of the Herda. So I need both characters. I'm skipping Cypher. I don't care about Aglia, who is or Glea, excuse me. Okay, I think it's all right. So yeah, I don't care about them. And then I'm skipping Saber. I know I'm skipping the limited fate character because I want the pretty man. I want Finon. Do you want to know what made me play frickin' Star Rail? The ship between Finon and Mighty. Oh, good. It brought me over here. All right, we're gonna watch the thing in the corner. Okay, it went away. Good. Okay. Let me just readjust my model just to make sure she's not, like, doing something stupid. Because I got up and didn't even pay attention that I didn't put the BRB screen up. Because when I lost the internet, I thought it kicked off the OBS, and it didn't. There we go.
Let the world come alive!
Time to say hello. Be free.
Hard-hitting exclusive! Hold that poke! Locked on! Open fire! Locked on! Fire in the hole!
Ow!
Tell me what you see. Not too far now.
Say cheese! Breaking news! Time to shine! Ow! Shower me with praise!
Alright, maybe this isn't the team to do this.
Locked
Although it's
on.
been a hot minute since I bought this thing. Oh, you know who I should bring? I should just pop in Bennett.
Locked on!
Time to say hello. Farewell.
Smile! Hard-hitting exclusive! Bullseye! Bullseye! Bullseye!
Yeah, let me do that. Let me pop out Auroron.
I won't hold you back. Much.
At least he's honest. I don't have much time. After lunch, I need to help with setup, then have rehearsal. It's alright, hun. I'm just gonna be chilling today, especially since we're gonna have internet troubles apparently. But the plan today was just to do these bosses and then do my artifact route on this account, and then I'm gonna do the story for the event on my main because Fontaine. It looks like it's gonna be fun. The only character I know that's not voiced, by the way, is Charlotte, which is kind of funny because she usually is the voice of Fontaine.
Let my name echo in song! You just... I'm going in! Ha! Say cheese! Ha! Let's fly! Open fire! Locked on!
Ow!
Huh? Truth bomb! Let the world come alive! Huh? Teamwork is strength! Open fire! Open fire! Knock him down.
Okay, better, but ow.
Shower me with praise! Huh? Breaking news! Time to shine!
like my Chakra isn't doing like any damage.
Locked on.
And I got stun locked. Cool.
Strike a pose. Hey, let the world collide. Adventure time. Smile. Everybody stand back.
Oh, that was dumb.
Oh, my camera.
And I messed that up. Lovely.
Let's light it up.
Sheesh. I almost wondered Mulan would be better because I used Pyro on that, but this thing is Hydro resistant, I think. So, I don't know. Alright, one more. Phew, not getting anything.
Time to shine. Teamwork is true. Say cheese. Shoot the ball. Ha! Bullseye! Open fire. Hold on to your hats. You are crazy? I'll show you trick.
Yeah, I
Let's
love that.
light it up.
Couldn't see worth a damn.
Hold that pose. Let the world collide. Hard-hitting exclusive. I'm going in. Ha! Take me up. Locked on. Locked on.
Alright, we got a crit damage. That rolls crit rate. That could be pretty good. Alright, back to Fontaine. Well, actually, back over here. They should be up now. Let's put back in a run. Thank you, Bennett.
What's the occasion?
Oh, they're not. Check that. Hmm. What time is it? 17? Something seems off. That should be up. I don't remember doing that late. Alright, let's go back to Fontaine. We'll take care of the crystals. And they both need the big ones, so we can just convert them all. Do I have one? I have none. No! No! Alright. Hey, Dust, do I have at least enough to convert one of you? No? I have nothing to convert. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm one off. Savage. Does say overall, and I know he's not maxed out, but Aoife is really fun to play. You looked like you were having a blast playing him. Young Cookie.
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra.
no, we'll do the event when I go to Miami. Meh. Meh. Okay, in areas with glitches and mechanics are present within Natlan, when you switch to Natlan characters while in motion modes, a night still triggered when this. Yeah, I mean, wasn't that always a thing? Why is that a thing now? Or did all of them not? No, all of them had that because that's how long they stay in their that form, basically. Like outside of Natlan, what the heck? All right. All right. If they're not up now, I am just gonna forego it on the alt. Yeah. That's weird. It was not this close to 12:30 when I did it, I don't think. Oh, did they show the Shantoto card? I gotta. Is she at least good? All right. I am going to switch accounts. I'm not going to sit here and wait. I am leaving the 20 resin just so I can go fight the seahorse again to see if I can get one more of those thingamabobbers. So I'll be right back. Hopefully the internet will behave. Please behave. Uncommon. I'm sorry. They did her dirty. She shouldn't be an uncommon. On my last little bit of caffeine. Savage. Oh, getting close to making a choice. Oh, I didn't see that pop up on the second account. Interesting. Well, okay then. Log in from yesterday.
Add Astra.
Add extra applesauce. Okay, got that. Now let's go get the stuff for Escoffier's weapon, because I am early on this account to go and do my artifact route. Rude. 60. Okay, and there was 1 off. 2 off. So I'm probably going to need to spend all my resin in there. Oh, we can use the free steam in here? Okay. Why not?
Let the world collide! Huh? Witness the power of Gugwa. A burst of flavor.
Let's begin. Have a seat.
I mean, that would have gone way better if I had, like, Kazuha.
Time to shine. Strike a pose.
Suffocate.
The pinnacle of excellence. A dash of frost. No, my sword. Huh? Rain cutter.
A moment, please.
Alright, so we just need 1 more. And then everything can be crafted into the other ones, right? No, because it'll still be that. Yeah, I'm just going to spend all my resin in here. Who cares if I have extra?
Let my name echo in song. Showering a little amuse-bouche. Goose on the loose. Know my sword. Witness the power of Gugwa. Rain outlines with
Get a little chilly. Run away now.
time to shine. A dash of frosting. A burst of flavor. Know my sword. Rain cutter.
Have a seat. Let's begin.
I don't think that was Rio. I think that was Scorpio. Rio's just there for the ride. Oops, that's Sophie.
Let the world collide. A little amuse-bouche. The pinnacle of excellence. Huh? Let me weave you a bird.
Stay cool. Face your guilt.
your fate. Witness the power of...
Have a safe trip. Don't run away now.
Yay, I can finally use Risley. Wish I got his C1 though. I tried though. I tried. That was like at I was like at 60 something pity. And didn't see it.
Let the world collide! A dash of frosting! The pinnacle of excellence! Huh? No, my sword! Let me weave you a verse.
This could get a little chilly.
Okay, now you can tell him to calm down. Okay, got like 3 more runs. And then I'll see what I can do with the weapon. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Oops, I meant to first.
Off to the freezer! A burst of flavor! Huh? Ring cutter!
Stay cool and face your guilt.
Alright, and I'll use my condensed. Just to ensure that I get a good chunk.
Let my name echo in song! Goose on the loose! Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Let me weave you a verse.
Let's begin. Have a safe trip.
Okay. No golds, unfortunately. To stock up on those, but... Yeah, no. I'll take the Mora. Oh, did somebody hit Friendship 10? It was Risley! Yay! Which means, if I also spent my resin, I can hand this stuff in.
Utensils at the ready.
Gotta do the work, have fun. Okay! I'll see you when you get home.
Add Astra.
It would help if I actually, grabbed this. There we go.
Add Astra.
There you go, Auroron.
Thank you for complete.
He's new. Alright. We'll flip back to the Risley team, why not? That was fun. Alright, I know I have enough on me to ascend it. Four more? Okay. Da. Oh. Okay, so I overfarmed that, apparently. That's okay. Lamb! Alright, her weapon's done. I will work on her ascension tomorrow. She needs how many? She's halfway. And then she needs the... Okay. So she'll need... Wow. Okay. So she would effectively need 4 runs? Yeah, she would effectively need 4 runs at minimum. So I might be able to finish her off tomorrow. Talents withstanding. Let's go and check. Rises is kind of cool. Let's go and check. I doubt they're up because the other one was scuffed. Yeah, they're not up yet. So I guess maybe we'll check the story, or I just don't do it today. I might not just do it today because I don't know when I did them. I know there was a problem in between, like when I was running around, like I got caught and stuff, but I don't actually know. So let's just start the story stuff. I just want to do the story stuff, not necessarily the mini games. So we'll just run through the story, and that'll just be it for today, I think. I didn't have too much planned, but I also didn't count on, like, 30 minutes effectively being lost because I can't do my artifact route. Oh, I meant to see. Escoffier, what is your attack now with the level 90 weapon? Ah, much better. Much better. I also put her on the attack circlet. Since it does have crit rate, crit damage. And she just needs her final ascension, so she'll get a little bit more crit rate from that. So otherwise, I think she's alright. The 170 hasn't been too terribly bad. I would prefer the 180, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. As I mentioned yesterday as well, I think the plan for artifact farming for my main account would be to actually go back to Golden Troop and Marchese Hunter. She's making a lot of noises. Just so I can actually try to upgrade 3 separate characters. We did get an upgrade for official yesterday. Plus, you know, any tweaks I want to make to, like, Nouvelette or Risley if I can. And then go back to farming for Skirk. Because I have to see how Skirk's going to function to know what I need to change. Because everything is pretty... I'm going to say it's pretty mediocre. They're functional for sure, but they could be better. But we're also praying for, like, god rolls. If anything, I would want a Sans on set and maybe change out the helmet. Circlet. So... we can see about that. All right, but yeah, that was much better. So she's gonna really shine.
Hey, there's a newsstand over there. Want to grab a copy of the Steambird? We know our Fontainian friends love a little drama. There's no way they let their readers down. Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kaniche?
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup.
Hold up. This one's a gem. Illegal restaurant caught serving saurian stew. Proved surprisingly popular.
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Oh my, that can't be for real. Fine, I hate to admit it, but you've won this one.
Huh? What? Did Paimon hear that right? Neuvillette was stabbed and gravely wounded? No, surely that can't be right.
Surely not. Surely not. If it is, we're all toast. Aha, I thought I heard familiar voices. Well, if it isn't Lucia and Paimon. What a coincidence. Mr. Kenichi and I were talking about you two just a few minutes ago. Unfortunately for me, he's a very loyal friend. I pressed him for some juicy details, but he remained tight-lipped about you. So, anything you want to share with me about the great Lucius triumph exploits in Natland? It was a team effort. I'm modest as ever. Anyway, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Sorry, I don't know why I'm like stumbling over my words for Charlotte. Let me backtrack a little. Hi, you two. It's been ages. What brings you back to Fontaine?
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a story of meat restaurant and the Udix getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious.
My headset get turned down? This feels very soft. Maybe it did. Oh, that? We were just trading tabloid headlines. Is that what you were talking about?
Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories. Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material.
I'm sorry you had to see such an unflattering side to Fontaine, Mr. Kenichi. These third-rate tabloids write their headlines purely to shock and scandalize. All they care about is grabbing your attention to boost their sales. The ones who've still got a shred of integrity will at least clarify the truth in the main body of the article. Although the misleading headline is still an underhanded trick to draw readers in. But others, like the one you were just reading aloud, have no qualms about making outright fabrications.
If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
That's pretty lenient of you, Mr. Kenichi.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ah!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins. But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natland. Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
And if you're wondering why the Udex didn't preside over the trial, it's because this case was assigned to another judge right from the offset. It's not as if the Parle Marmonia only has one judge. We can't expect Monsieur Neuvillette to handle every single case himself. That's funny, I assumed he did. On a more interesting note, the trial in question went remarkably smoothly, and it was all thanks to Mr. Kenichi's testimony as key witness.
Oh, okay. Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kenichi.
Yeah, it was all a misunderstanding. The world's not going to end. Maybe not. But it'd be an even better world for me if Mr. Kenichi here would agree to another exclusive interview with the
It
Steambird.
was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natland.
Rat, you saw right through me. Guess I'll put it down to the keen instincts of a renowned saurian hunter. Any response to that, or...?
I appreciate your kind invitation, But like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kaniche the speechless! Kaniche the tongue-tied! Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
Back to me again? Ah, of course. That's a brilliant idea. But that also means I'll need a bit more time to prep. Let me put together a thorough list of interview questions. Sounds like I'm not allowed to refuse. Well, I know I can be persistent, but at the end of the day, it's your call. Anyway, I should probably be getting back to work. I also need to track down a gastronomer and report these increasingly outrageous tabloids. I guess she needs to go find Escoffier. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again.
Charlotte never stops, does she? Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That owl thing that popped out before, or was it a howl? It kind of looked like a howl, but at the same time...
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a how.
Huh? What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Maybe he's not acclimatizing very well to Fontaine?
Could be.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine. Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Oh, I get it now. And I'm sure Paimon gets it even better.
Paimon sure does. Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kaniche holds onto a house tail, he'll be considered an Almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying Almighty Dragon Lord.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But a How wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon. That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I hear that's all the rage here. I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out. It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two. If you're free, why don't you come along?
Sure, seeing how angry always makes my day.
I know where it is, so let me lead the way.
I can make a fortune from this.
And where we be going? The Palais Memorial. Oops, I went to the wrong one. Okay, you just teleport here? Okay.
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an empty beach before.
Yeah, it was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House. There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da!
What the hell?
But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away.
There's something oddly familiar about the way you talk.
Well, I can't believe you actually remember me. It's me, Lepine Pauline. That's right, the unlucky one.
Good to see you again. The prototype lens has come in handy, by the way. It really hasn't. I haven't used it. Been keeping yourself busy with some proper work lately?
Of course! How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs' dreams. I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here. As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and co-construct a world of dreams.
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time rather than pouring your entire life savings into a single project.
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all of my life savings into it too!
Somebody needs to teach you the word no.
Huh? You've got to be kidding. Ha! Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some stupid vanity project. If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on! Mockery is all you shall get, straight from the heart!
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who are you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid!
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant?
Smart? No.
You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful! I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be!
Please, for the love of God, let Nouvellette and a How interact.
And another thing, smart is the understatement of the century! I shall have you know that I am Kahola How, forebear of ancient wisdom! I lived for eons long before any of you were born!
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon, forebear of ancient wisdom. Please, I meant no offense.
Raise your head. He does not deserve this.
Idiot meets idiot.
What's all the fuss? Making some new friends, are we?
Hi, Navia.
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
Sparkles.
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon. How have you been lately?
My trusty partner. Very well, thanks. Even better now that you're here.
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
What about me? What about me? My useless servant can't even give me a proper introduction.
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Why? Why, Navia? Why?
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners. Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name. Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon Lord is a bit silly?
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
How's totally being treated like a cuddly pet.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a single night. Honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally got the green light. I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia hoping she could lend a hand. After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Sorry, traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement. As you can see, I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about the event yet. So let me fill you in. In short, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat. Miss Lapine Pauline is hosting this event and also providing technical support.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right. The one and only Sir Your Intendant Cheval Mirande!
Escoffier is in the background.
After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image of her close friend. Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity. And that was always the goal. A win-win arrangement.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a surprise to hear Lapine Pauline coming out with such sensible ideas. By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers and go into film tech?
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions.
Oh, that's handy.
Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance to invent various film-related equipment and props.
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline, our resident engineer. She's the technical powerhouse at the core of this entire event. As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application has been approved. By the way, Traveler, are you at all interested in taking part? It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to say, throw in one of those fancy feasts she's seen in those gourmet food reels.
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake. Everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef, Miss Escoffier, to run our theme restaurant. Look over there.
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
She seems a bit busy right now.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a Hal go be her assistant.
You little... what's your game here?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please feel free to take a gander at what we've got.
You know, I know that, what happened with Malus and Silver at the end of the Fontaine quest, but, just seeing somebody else from the Spina come and get her and stuff like that, it's not the same. It's not the same without seeing Malus and Silver.
Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
Sure thing. Okay, talk to Navia. Well, it's telling me to talk to Lumi. Okay, now it's saying to talk to Lapine Pauline. Just seeing, is Kenichi around? No. Can I talk to Escoffier? I can. Oops.
The fresh vegetables from the new batch are exceptional quality. I just wish I could say the same about the new staff.
Risley, stop trying to punch people.
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I assure you it is entirely necessary. The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment? The ones that leave their guns behind by accident, and then come back to collect them later bringing ammunition with them.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Oh.
Wait, has that happened before?
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone did actually leave their gun nearby.
Huh?
Just before we started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box. It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Oh?
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it behind?
That's what I assumed at first. But the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it there. But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities. I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in. Ugh, it was exhausting.
What did the authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill, as usual. Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice. Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marechaussee Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside. And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Your gun?
Wow, that's a dangerous item, all right.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
I don't think that was ever stated before that he was into weaponry.
Such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... Don't dare you turn your nose up at my gifts! Why,
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe. If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun. Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch. Something like this.
Definitely from Natlan, and it looks like a cannon.
Whoa, it's so neat and precise.
Sketched by a professional engineer, after all.
It's nothing.
Quick sketch, she says.
Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing? I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like. And it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed that with the officer from the Marechaussee Phantom.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natlan. Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
Thanks a lot, Looping Pauline. Can't wait for the event to get started.
I should be the one thanking you.
What's that crab
Thank
doing?
you and everyone else for your support.
I'm actually wondering if that crab is supposed to be there.
Don't mention it. Besides, we haven't really done anything.
Not at all. The buzz and excitement you guys bring is exactly what this event needs. Oh dear, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty watching everyone else toil away. Guess it's about time I got back to work too. But just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration.
Okay, bye. Seems like Kanich has something to say. Let's go find a quiet spot. Okay, we leave a How behind.
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun.
It looked ancient.
Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some ancient dragon ruins. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon. But in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun. Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue? I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case. It might have slipped through the cracks. Time is of the essence, so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions.
I think I'll join you.
Perfect. Then we can head out right away. Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
Nope. We gotta go see Nouvelette. That was the whole point of me doing this. We gotta see Nouvelette. Oh, wait. Where? Oh! So we're on Nifa!
Oh, man. Bro! Are you mimicking me? Now's not the time. Come on.
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Aurora and Eva, what brings you to Fontaine?
Huh? How come you're... Ah, I'm guessing Kanich is here because of that international smuggling case, right? I've heard quite a bit about that.
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
First time abroad and you're already making headlines.
Oh, stop it. It's not like I was the center of attention.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
Come on, Aoife.
Huh?
A traveler, by definition, is someone who travels around.
Fair point. Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about again?
Why, you're out here, of course.
For vegetables.
Kikuku. Huh?
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland. Wait, is that right?
It's Cheval Moran.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one. Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here.
That's okay. I would have stumbled over that too.
Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from that land, which is why Aoife and I are here.
Well, they got a 2 thumbs up from Escoffier, so you did a good job.
So, you guys are vegetable couriers?
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult. It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe were worried. So they had me come along.
Even though it's your first time too.
Right, but they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
Aw, pouty face, Aurora.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how overworked you were, so they used it as an excuse to send you off on a vacation.
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Meaning everyone looks after you. What's so bad about that?
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over. Hi, guys. My name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
Aw, nice to meet you, little bro.
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore.
Well, it's clearly not you.
So, what about Kikuku? If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about. You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kikuku.
I can't tell if he's being serious or if he's being a little shit.
You think that's what I'm worried about? Anyway, my priority right now is Kikuku. Suffice it to say, Kikuku's in big doo-doo.
How so? He's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases. What kind of trouble could he even get himself into?
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the law on flying objects?
Bro, you too?
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's too scared to show his face.
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him on mute until tomorrow.
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kikuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
I guess that's what flying objects do?
Oh no, bro. Or rather, did Kikuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kikuku flew into that building next door. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just like one of those cool crime movies.
Which building? That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kukuku sure has a good eye for a getaway. It's the tallest building around. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while. As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian. Sorry about that.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly? Kukuku's got himself into a real mess here, like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about left, right, and center.
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kukuku. He's always been such an awesome Saurus. I believe in him.
An awesome sort. I love this grand fantasy they have in their heads. In other words, right now, in this building, there could be not one Awesomesaurus, but two.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of something like that.
All right. Everyone's an Awesomesaurus. Well, the human version. But our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kukuku.
As it happens, Kenichi and I were just heading over to the Palais Memoria for something else.
Leave it to us.
You sure? Wow, awesome. That'll be a huge help.
And if Kukuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
That's kind of mean.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Well, then it's your call, bro.
All right then, if Kukuku doesn't listen to you, I also give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
There you go. If he objects to that, tell him to come find us.
He won't. Trust me.
Back when we first met Kukuku in the wild and I begged you to take him under your wing, I never imagined you'd end up spoiling him rotten.
And I never imagined you'd be nagging me about it.
Oh, well, I definitely saw that coming.
Huh?
You're only 5 years old after all.
I love this questline already. And I'm 5 years old.
Nothing new there. The first few days of every month are always noisy.
What's all that commotion? Are they arguing in there?
Oh. I wasn't expecting you to talk. Do you actually repeat what you said? There's stray sounds coming from Monsieur Duverlet's office. Do you think we should go in and check on him? I'm on my way. Ah, doppelganger!
No way, bro!
Did he say he came from Natlan? No.
Get out of here!
That was a weird way of sounding for Kukuku.
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Oh no.
For real now.
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again. Oh, you know one another.
He's a bro.
He's a friend, yeah. A Saurian friend, let's say.
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neverlet.
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex? I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out?
Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work. If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kenichi who served as a witness in the smuggling trial? I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Nervalette before? But wasn't the trial overseen by another judge?
I think it's funny that Paimon will say Nouvelette's name different every time. Because when you were talking about the headline where he was stabbed, she called him Nervalette, which some of the other characters do as well. They put an R in it somewhere.
I've seen his photo in the papers. But as for this other gentleman...
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden. Please, feel free to share anything about the case. There's no need to keep anything from him.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you!
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Oh, wow! Oh, no!
I believe he said... Or rather, I suppose he meant that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Which just sounds preposterous, but yes, he can understand Kukuku. And Kukuku obviously understands what Nouvelette's saying, too.
Sure thing, bro!
This is a bit strange, but they really are a great pair of awesome Saurai.
Let us return to the matter at hand. Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
Yes. Let me fill you in.
Wow! It really is exactly like Lapine Pauline's sketch! That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee Phantom to investigate right away. We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Wriothesley.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry.
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this gun's lost and found notice hasn't been written up yet. In other words, the news hasn't leaked.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my help, feel free to reach out anytime.
That goes for me, too.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Pauline's convention. If there's any news, we'll keep you all posted.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's left is to...
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things. Who did he learn it all from?
A couple of top bros from Natlan.
Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kukuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Drafting said agreement may take some time.
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kukuku. Excited?
I can help pass a message on to his friends.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
Don't mention it.
All right then, we'd better get going. No need to see us off.
I know you mentioned a while back that people from Nadland would soon start showing up all over the world. But I hadn't expected anything like this.
It seems no matter where they come from, all dragons are inquisitive by nature.
You can say that again, bro!
The same might well be said for humankind. The real reason you chose to stay to investigate this case was your curiosity about Natlan and Mr. Kukuku, was it not?
Guilty as charged. Nothing gets past you. So, how about we take this opportunity to chat a little more? We've got the world's best translator on hand, after all.
Sure thing, bro!
So yeah. I want to see more interaction. That's adorable. Oh, you know what I should do? I'll check Nuvalette's voice lines after I finish the quest out. There's a quest I haven't done in here. Oh, God.
Aurora and Eva, we found Kakuku!
What's the situation? How bad is it?
There's some good news and some bad news.
Oh, no.
Oh, Kakuku's fine.
When I saw that Kakuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now. Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices in life.
What the hell, Aurora?
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
Even had an interesting chat with some variable VIPs.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad. Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Mermonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
You'll just have to wait a bit longer.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad after all. Wow, hearing that's put my mind to rest.
But
Aw.
based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
All right, bro.
Yay, problem solved! All right, let's catch up another day.
All right. Very, very quick. Straight to the point. And 20 primos. All right. All right. So I know, obviously, we can do the event itself. Let me actually see. Oh, that's right. I have to talk to Navia. So why don't we talk to Navia? We'll get it open, and then we can see what it's either going to be every day it opens or every other day. So let's actually just talk to Navia.
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Let's do this.
It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated. We spend most of our time adventuring, and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
Not every big boss went to business school, you know.
That's more like it. You've seen it all
That's
before,
true.
haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures. Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run.
Oh my god, the llama is so cute.
As you can see, our Fantasyland's a bit like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction. The Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen. Besides, we don't have enough experience to handle multiple projects simultaneously. that's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific tasks during each designated period. Upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish. So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the most worthwhile tasks. As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently.
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which will let us get more done.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can focus on within each time period. Which means we have to use our limited actions and Mora to earn even more Mora. Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a strategy in advance is gonna be key. Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler?
Guess we'll learn on the job.
Yep, come on, we can do this. You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people, and there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people to try out. If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble. And others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
I see. You want me to be your test player.
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us. But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all perfectly safe. I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
Great. Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right, then. Let's start with Eclectic Escapades and put our first guide together.
Alright, so before I even attempt that, just to see what it does, let's, where's Nicolette? Over here with Harley. Let's see. Clara, Lydia and Lynette, Seedweed, Navia, the Pyro Archon. Troubles, food, gift, see me gift, birthday. No, he doesn't. Huh. Unless they get unlocked at some other point? Which I doubt. That's actually kind of surprising. I thought he would have at least something for Kukuku. And friendship isn't with... Let's see. Aoife, friends. Aoife, hobbies. Shalom, Kanij, Chaska. Lali, Malvika. Oh, he has one about Nouvellette. Okay. Ah, we gotta get him to Friendship 6 to hear it. No!
All right, then. Time to try out Eclectic Escapades. I'll leave the strategy guide to you guys.
Unlock the facility. Are we gonna drag race boats or something? Formulate a standard strategy to ensure smooth running. Go to formulate. Oh, where's Nuvolet when I need him? I'm swimming. Beware of some traps, okay. No, I missed a coin. Yep, I think I just missed a ton of coins right there, actually. Oopsies. Ow. Okay.
Ah, both of you seem even more excited than before. Looks like your first trial run didn't disappoint.
The challenge format is surprisingly easy to get into, and it ties in perfectly with the film theme.
Paimon hasn't actually watched that many films, but after trying it out, she might just be hooked. We should check out the film that it's based on.
Great job, Paimon. That's exactly what our enthusiast friends were hoping you'd say. They'd be beyond delighted to hear that visitors are curious about the films that inspired these attractions. Some have even been willing to contribute extra funds out of their own pockets. Where budgets have allowed, of course.
Out of their own pockets?
That's right. While the Spina di Rosula covers the cost of basic booth materials and rental fees, many fans have personally funded promotional materials and related merchandise. The cost of the booth itself isn't their main expense. Some of them have already started designing spin-off products inspired by film characters. Take our official mascot, Sir Intendant Chevalmoran, for instance. She won second place in the last most popular character poll for the comic film category, and was even dubbed the pinnacle of round bouncy cuteness. Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her image, using the highest quality fabrics and hiring the most skilled artisans to mass produce them.
I find it hard to believe that she won that. It should have been Madame Crabuletta.
These cushions will officially go on sale at the next convention alongside lots of similar products.
Now that you mention it, I kind of want one too. Shouldn't Farina be getting a sizable cut?
Don't worry. As Sir Intendant Chevalmoran's guardian and official image rights agent, Farina's already getting 60% of the sales revenue.
Wow.
After all, the fans are doing this voluntarily. Not for profit, but to promote Sir Intendant Chevalmoran's adorable image. The more Mora ends up in Farina's purse, the better Sir Intendant Chevalmoran's meals will be. And who wouldn't be happy to hear that?
Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that. Everyone working hard for something they all love without worrying about profit.
Still, we can't just ignore Mora completely. Whether it's fan creations or official commercial projects, some level of financial balance is still necessary. The same logic applies to the Chevalmoran Film Fantasyland taken as a whole. Once we finish the standardized strategy guides, our attractions can officially be open to the public. But we can't take personal charge of the ticketing process. There's plenty of work to do at the various booths, and the park itself is a work in progress. We'll need to assign dedicated employees to maintain and manage each attraction. There's a recruitment section on the park's bulletin board. We've received many applications, and each candidate has their strengths. Our job is to match the best candidates to each attraction based on their overall performance. Once assigned, the staff will keep the attractions running, ensuring a continuous revenue stream.
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources? That's definitely a first for us.
I have very high standards when it comes to reviewing resumes. I'll make an awesome boss.
Just don't hold everyone growing up to your own standards, okay? You can't expect everyone else to be as capable as you.
Well, I hired you as my assistant. What does that say about me?
Alright, time to review some resumes. Fingers crossed we'll get some exceptional candidates.
Okay, go hire employees. Where am I going?
When reviewing resumes, pay attention to each applicant's area of expertise.
Oh, we can choose this one. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the thing on Star Rail where you were redoing the museum. Where you were rebuilding it.
This particular employee is really getting into their role.
Wishing them success on the job.
You're both doing great. You sound more like bosses than I do. In any case, with this, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is now officially open. Running a
One
theme
attraction.
park is a long-term project. You won't make much if you try and rush it. We're just about done with our current work setup, so let's take a short break and wait for this cycle's revenue report to come in.
Let's go talk to Kaniche.
It's all your fault! All your fault! Your fault, your fault, your fault!
Stop yelling and get to the point.
If you hadn't kept me locked away, I could have asked that judge to step in for me! He'd have backed me up for sure, and then we'd have kicked your sorry little butt!
For real now? Did you even hear yourself? You'd better focus on outsmarting Kakuku first.
You think Nuvolette would help you? I mean, let's face it, Nuvolette would. He's a sweetie.
Well, this cycle of operation sure got us off to a good start. On to the next one.
So I have money still. And there's 2 out of the 8, and I can't, like, recruit anybody else and stuff? That seems weird. But I'll do what it says. Yeah, we lost money, Navia.
Well, the numbers might not look that impressive. But, given that we're just getting the ball rolling, I'd say that wasn't a bad start. Building on this momentum, we must consider rolling out more unique business strategies during the next cycle. To draw in the crowds, I've invited one of Fontaine's very own celebrity chefs, my good friend Escoffier.
Well, we already knew she was here.
She'll be performing right here in the amusement park's restaurant. On that note, let's go catch up with her.
So, is the restaurant part of our business strategy too? There are so many layers to this operation.
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make for a unique dining experience. The beautiful scenic reflections in the water create a stunning backdrop, lifting diners' spirits and allowing them to truly savor their meals. Ingredients, check. Cooking utensils, check. Looks like we're ready to rumble.
Hey there, Escoffier!
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rasula, plus the famous traveler and Paimon. I must say, you seem a bit overqualified to be running a film-themed amusement park.
I'd say that if anyone here was overqualified, it would be the former head chef of the Hotel de Bourg. Wherever you walk, the aroma of fine cuisine follows in your wake.
Let's get back to business. I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide the theme dish for each cycle, right?
Theme dish?
This is the business strategy I mentioned earlier. using Escoffier's top-tier dishes to attract more visitors to the park. But this isn't just about attracting visitors. Her culinary masterpieces will surely have other surprising effects. Just imagine, Paimon, if all you needed was a single ticket to enjoy all the attractions and taste all the legendary food. Wouldn't you be tempted?
I love that look. That smug look.
Then Paimon come every single day.
Do you do annual passes?
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this strategy, the menu can't be made public. Based on research by a certain food branding consultant, many restaurants have started offering a special chef surprise dish. So give me some inspiration every few business cycles, and I'll decide on our next themed dish. Now then, give me your hand.
My hand?
A warm and energetic feel. Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword, but still quite delicate. When you grasp its hilt, it's like you're holding the bow of a violin. A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength. All right, let's find out what strength looks like in gastronomical form.
30% less the next time you upgrade an attraction.
I've refined the sauce for these barbecue ribs. It's a richer flavor than the classic version, but not at all greasy. The mint extract in the seasoning leaves a refreshing aftertaste. Perfect for indulging yourself after a fun-filled day.
You put mint extract in the barbecue sauce?
But if you ask me, I'd say the artisans need these more than the guests.
The artisans?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite finished. A serving of these barbecue ribs should help the artisans replenish their strength much more quickly. As their bosses, you have an obligation to provide meals for them. So why not invite them to dine here?
Are you sure about that?
Who knows? The morale boost might even improve their productivity.
I mean, no qualms there. I was always happy when we had like donuts and stuff at the office. Workplaces should provide food for their employees.
Oh? If I recall correctly, you once served up some special fish and chips for the porters over at the Fleuve Centre. For several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work in just 5. And then, because they clocked out early, they'd come back completely refreshed the next day.
Then there's no time to lose. Go invite the artisans over while these ribs are still hot. I'll prepare some side dishes and desserts too.
That's a great idea! You really live up to your reputation, Escoffier! Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make a huge difference after all. We'll have to make sure we check in with you regularly. The artisans are pumped and ready to roll thanks to that themed dish.
And perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities of our eclectic escapades to the next level.
We should be able to attract more customers by upgrading the stall, don't you think?
That's right. Based on my business experience with the Spina di Rosula, I've quantified the service value to help you intuitively understand how satisfied customers are with each stall. An attraction will reach its ideal revenue only when its service value meets customer expectations. As we improve and expand our facilities, expectations will also increase accordingly. When that happens, we can deploy more capable employees or invest funds in training to enhance our employees' skills. That should be everything. Looks like you've pretty much mastered how to run this park.
Huh? Have we really? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot, haven't we?
This goes to show how well Navia explained it all.
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't say I taught you much. Your intuition's been guiding the way mostly.
Nah, that's just been the tutorial.
I imagine long-term operations sounded like a scary prospect the first time I mentioned it, huh? But don't let that scare you. Just break things down into smaller steps and tackle them one at a time. Even if you're not a genius or naturally gifted, you'll get it done in the end.
Whoa, seeing your own progress has really got Paimon fired up! Actually, she's gonna jot your words of encouragement right down. From here on out, we'll be running the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland together. Let's make it a big success!
Okay, now all this stuff is open. Performance reward. Okay, we got a lot to get this bow. Can I actually like see the bow? It's an HP bow. Silent trigger. When an attack hits an opponent, deals AoE damage equal to 40% of max HP at the target location. This effect can be triggered once every 15 seconds. Who is this for? There's only two bow characters I can think of that want HP, and that's Yelan and Seedween. But I don't know if either one of those can actually utilize that well. Okay, so this was the story quest. This unlocks in a day. So this will unlock tomorrow. Okay, so I just got to be careful with where I go to make sure that it's not going to trigger. Because I'll do the story with you guys on stream. Since, again, like, Fontaine was my favorite region. It has pretty much all my favorite characters. So, yeah. I will do that on stream. And then amusement park management. Okay, the pyramid has 3 main attractions. Yeah. The facility in terms of revenue. Ooh. All right, so the question is, how many, like, day cycles can you go through? You can go here. I don't have much money left, so I don't think we can actually get new staff. And service value meets customer expectations. To be granted. That employees who you hired but haven't assigned duties to yeah, will still require a salary. Okay. Unlock the corresponding facility to recruit. Okay, so I have no one I can really recruit. This is training. Alright, so it looks like you can't really do anything again right now, so you would have to end... Okay, that's neat. Oh, can be unlocked. Oh, is this a combat one? On this challenge, you must approach the... that wasn't really fair. That spawned right in front of me. Oh, what the? Oh. Couldn't let me just attack it. No, you have to have special buttons. I fell in the water. That wasn't... Huh? Was there just like a small thing there? What? That was an interesting one. Okay, they both take service +2, service +14. Okay, so it'd probably be best to actually get him first because his wage is way less. All right, we'll get you there. Okay.
You've got this park off to a great start, partner. The ball's really starting to roll, huh? I can't wait to see how it'll all turn out. How exciting!
Okay. Wage expendance. All right, you know. It's fine. All right. I think I'll come back to this later. There is something I did want to actually see in the voice lines. Hang on. Because I didn't check Escoffier's voice lines at all. Not that she has many, because she's only like, what, Friendship 2? Not even. Hobbies, food, gifts, birthday. Okay, yeah, okay. Obviously, it has to be like level 4 and 6 about the other characters. But who does she have? She has Navia, Charlotte, Sejuine, Risley, Lynette, Arlecchino, Emily, Barisa, and Zhang Ling. She doesn't have one for Newbie. I'm sad. Talk about Newbie. I am soaked. Aww. Yeah, it is quite pouring outside, babe. I think you'll enjoy the event, hun. It's totally up your alley with the micromanaging stuff. So I think you'll enjoy it. So yeah, I'll come back
A word
to...
of advice, don't break the law. Is there anything else? Yeah, seriously, don't break the law.
Check, don't break the law, guys. Oh, no, wrong one. Busy stage. Oh, that's not yet unlocked. Unlocks in 1 day. Bustling stage unlocks after 3 days. Okay, so there's more to the attraction stuff than just that. Okay. Also, since we upgraded Escoffier's weapon, I didn't even notice the film reel. I didn't even notice that. Oh, ba ba ba, Sumeru. Sing show? Yeah, you're almost there. Alright, thing in the corner, you can go away now. Thank you. Alright, just to see, let's, he was killing this pretty quickly yesterday, so just out of curiosity.
Let the world come alive!
Adaptive frosting. A first flavor.
No, my sword! Huh? Huh! Ring cutter!
Holy crap. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. Don't mind me, I need revenge. Just to see.
Time to shine! Shower me with
Off to the freezer. The pinnacle of excellence.
rain outlines your fate.
Remove, please.
Holy shit, Rio!
Ah.
Oh, what it... That was the other thing. Let me go back to Natlan. Not Natlan. Sumeru. It's like Natlan came out and I forgot Sumeru exists. Stop napping. No, stop. Stop. Stop navigating. Eh.
What a wild and desolate sight.
Everybody stand back. Huh. Get to work. Adaptive frost.
Now granted, I have her C1, but I think that weapon is making a hell of a difference too. Shall we see that again? Like, this is me not even bursting. Like, on Rio, I have to burst because of Farina, but... Well, I could see how fast he does it without it. I'll test that next. Hang on.
Overruled.
Huh? Teamwork is dreamwork. Fulfill our pact. Get to work. A little amuse bouche.
Uh-huh. Alright, I just want to see this without Farina's Burst, because I know Farina's Burst is actually doing something, right?
Off to the breeze! No, my sword!
Let's begin.
Okay, so without the burst... Okay. I mean, honestly, that's not that bad without the burst.
Shower me with praise!
Where are you?
Rain outlines your fate.
I mean, he still got it down pretty far. Oh my god. Farina.
The show begins!
Yeah, Farina, baby, you're actually killing people. Now, just for comparison, because Nuvolet's not actually... This is with Kazu. Now, keep in mind, my Nuvolet is C4.
Silence!
Okay, so he probably would have been able to kill that in that one charge if I did his attack first, his skill.
Bow your head.
Strike a pose!
Wind strike.
Silence!
Huh. His charge doesn't last long enough for me to do his skill a second time when I do that. That's actually kind of funny. Give me more bubbles. Bubbles? No more bubble. And now I'm lagging. So yeah, the Risley team, very impressive when I can... You know, you just have to do your full rotation for Risley. Doing, like, Farina's burst and all that. Like, it's still really good, though. And he'll be a little bit stronger, too, when I put him on Noblesse.
Let my name echo in song! Adaptive frosting! Goose on the loose! Rain outlines her fate. Wait,
A moment.
Yeah, I don't think my Risley could actually one cycle that with melt when I was trying to do the melt team. Does Zhengli have her burst? Just out of curiosity. So I had Sing Cho, Benny,
Gonna be epic.
and Zhengli.
Just sharpen my spear.
You do. Both of you have your burst. That's fine.
Everybody stand back. Let's light it up. Huh? Let me weave you a
Way now.
Oh, okay. I don't know what changed but yeah, before he wasn't actually doing that with the melt. So I don't know what exactly changed, but the freeze team felt so much better.
Let's go stretch our legs while the flavors are mingling. Witness my magnificence!
I saw a friend that rocked with a Scofier. I know you'll try that because your Femine is actually pretty good. If I get her on the I'll try doing something with Eula, but Eula still needs a lot of help. Still needs a lot of help. Excuse me. I'm still 10 off of being able to fight her boss. Just double checking. I don't think I have anything to trade in. Because I think I did that yesterday with, Noblesse, right? Yes, I got that crappy, headpiece. But I also need Mora, too. I'm gonna actually run out of Mora. So I guess the plan tomorrow is to try to get the rest of her stuff for Ascension. And then I'll worry about some Mora to try to level her talents. And then she'll be done. Outside of getting some artifacts. And then trying to get a Noblesse set for Sing Cho. I think that sounds like a good play. Because I will have to use Sing Cho for Skirk. Because I do not have Yelan. And the only other option I would have in terms of doing double Hydro, double Cryo is Mona. And I don't think Mona would be the play for that. I don't think her Hydro Shred would be enough for Farina. To warrant it for Farina, I should say. But we'll see. We'll have to actually see what Skirk is like when she comes out. But that's going to do it for me. I'm glad the internet actually held. I don't know what the heck that was. I know it's raining here, but I don't think it's enough to really knock out the internet. There's I didn't hear thunder or anything. So that was very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. So, but it came back fairly quick. And we got stuff done. I'm actually really happy with the Scofier, and I will say, if you plan on going for Skirk, get a Scofier. Don't skimp out. Go for her. Don't necessarily have to go for her weapon, though her weapon is a nice support weapon that's not Favonius. So, I think one of the reasons I do like the Risley team that I have, which will be Skirk's team for me right now, is that I do have a Favonius with Farina. Typically, I don't run more than one Fav weapon, because I don't necessarily need it. So, it's great that Escoffier has the way her weapon works is great. Her C1, I will say her C1 is good. When 4 party members are Hydro or Cryo, all nearby party members will have their cryo damage crit damage increased by 60% for 15 seconds after Escoffier uses her elemental skill or her elemental burst. So, thumbs up. thumbs up. That's why Risley was doing so good. So another 60% on top of that for Risley. Cryo damage. Yeah. Pretty good. So I could recommend going for C1 or R1, whatever you want, like whichever you're comfortable with. If you want to actually, let's say, like you wanted more constellations for Aoife or even Auroron and stuff like that, and it's like, I'm okay with maybe getting C1. Yeah, her C1 is fantastic. Her weapon is just really good, and the fact that a polearm healer can utilize it too, the passive on it. You mean you could throw it on Yao Yao, you could throw it on Shev. It's not a bad weapon. Just note that it is crit damage and not like ER or something. Yeah, she's a solid character. She actually surprised me. And even though I knew she was going to be support for Skirk, like, it really surprised me how well she is making my Risley. Because the biggest thing about Risley is his C1. Oh, you don't have this in layman's terms. I hate you. Or while in the state. The 5th attack and repelling is... Okay, it makes it so that you don't have to be at the less than 60% to do the charge attack, basically, if I'm understanding this right. And that's why you want his C1. Because otherwise, that stack, I don't get it unless I have the 60% less HP. It makes it easier to use this charge attack with the uppercut rotations. Yep. Otherwise, you're... Honestly, like, even C0, because you have Escoffier, just, like, regenning and stuff like that with all the heals, but you can still practice the rotation. It's just fun to punch shit. So, yeah. I can honestly give an honest thumbs up for Escoffier. They did a fantastic job with her. So I'm really looking forward to Skirk to see what she actually does and how she's going to play with Escoffier. My build for Skirk is okay at best, but again, we'll see what I can do and how many wishes I'm going to have. I gotta make a choice, I think, because it's either get the stuff for Genshin, so BP Welkin, or I need to get the Battle Pass and whatever it is in Star Rail, because, yeah, Hyacine comes first, and in that same phase is the freaking rerun for the Herta. And I want both. I need an AoE healer for Casterus, and I would run Casterus, Tribby, and a Mighty together, so getting Hyacine would be really good, but if I had the Herta, just to make it possible to run Anaxia, because my only option for irradiation that's actually worth the damn is Little Herta. And my Little Herta kind of sucks. So I'd rather have the Herta. Da! Da! I almost regret getting Anaxia's Light Cone. Almost. All right. I will see everybody on Monday. Next week is going to be pretty normal, but just a heads up, on the 19th, will more than likely not be streaming because I have to adult. And then the rest of the week will be up in the air for that because I don't know the process of jury duty. I'm just stating that. I don't know the process. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep that up in the air, but I will be doing stuff behind the scenes on my accounts as I always do. But I hope you've enjoyed just seeing Escoffier in action and seeing the bump that it had for Risley. I'm very happy I can actually use him now. I was having problems with the melt team, and I don't know why. Like, I killed that boss absolutely no problem this time, and I've made no adjustments to either character. Or even Sing Cho. I didn't even make an adjustment for him. he was that way prior to me getting Risley, I believe, because I was going to use him with Arlecchino. So yeah, I don't know, but it was fun and it worked. I will see everyone Monday. Okay, bye.